my friend. Sorry. You can come back on if you tell me your age, but I need to know your age. I need to know your age because TikTok wants you to be 18 years old and above. Everyone double tap the screen. I'll let the next person in after 8,000 likes. How old are you?
I'm 18. I was born in 2006.
All right, what do you want to debate?
Well, I don't fucking understand what you fucking mean spanking is abuse and trans men are men, being furry is fine. Like, so you think that
Which one do you want to
portraying yourself as a fucking animal and fucking people who are portraying themselves as animals is fine? You think trans men are men? Bitch, no. You gotta have specific chromosomes to have that. Spanking is not fucking abuse. Half of y'all, if y'all were fucking beat as a fucking child, y'all would fucking be able to fucking function.
Okay, so you're just blatantly being transphobic, justified abusing minors.
Bitch, I ain't being fucking transphobic. The fuck you fucking going on about?
You don't need to swear. You're getting angry. Just calm down. You don't need to swear. Just
Yeah,
relax.
you're being fucking ignorant as fuck.
Ma'am, you're getting angry. Calm down. It's looking bad on you.
Shut the fuck up. You're being fucking ignorant as fuck, you dumbass.
Calm down. Why are you so angry? Who angered you?
Because you're being fucking ignorant.
Shh, calm down. Let's relax. Calm down. You're not looking
Bitch,
good. You're
shut the
looking
fuck
very
up. Don't
immature.
tell me to fucking calm down. Shut the fuck up. No, shut the fuck up. You saying being a furry is fine. So you think fucking animals is fine? And no, you want to sit here being like, oh, fucking veganism. Well, you want to be fucking technical. Animals have fucking feelings. Not fucking animals. Plants have fucking feelings too. If you want to get fucking technical with that fucking shit, you a dumbass fuck. Shut the fuck up. You a dumbass fuck.
Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Just relax. It's looking bad on you. And you left. She rage quit as well. This is truly sad. No arguments whatsoever, just pure emotion and anger. And it's truly sad. And this is exactly what we observe in meat eaters, transphobes, furry phobes, people who spank their children, which is a physical abuse against a minor. And anyone who's saying W. Murray, you're also perpetuating this sort of mindset. And it's truly, truly sad. This is so sad. And it's exactly what I expected from people who do these sorts of things. Yelling that, look at the way she's acting. It's based on pure emotion. Pure emotion. Everyone double tap the screen. Let's reach 10,000 likes. I'll add the next guest in at 10,000 likes. So double tap the screen. But I really just want to establish what exactly that was. This is so sad. No, just pure emotion. No logic, no thinking whatsoever. Just pure emotion. Let's add the next guest in there. Double tap the screen, everyone. This is truly sad. Truly, truly sad and disgusting. Truly disgusting. Transphobic, furry phobic, and abusing kids. Wow. And she ran away before I could even respond. Truly ridiculous. Wowzers. Wow. Wowzers. God damn it. God damn it. Oh dear. All right, let's get the next person in there, guys. Everyone double tap the screen. If you do want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. Check out my YouTube as well. Helps go a long way. And yeah, go ahead and follow the stream for my next. Go follow the account. How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
2006.
What do you want to debate?
What do you mean by being a furry is fine?
There is absolutely nothing wrong with being furry. We do realize that furries are people who dress up as animals and they cosplay as animals. You know, they might have a furry mask, a tail, a furry costume on, and I think it's perfectly okay and we should in fact support them. Do you have an issue with that?
You're basically saying that someone dressed up as an animal fucking another person dressed up as an animal.
Are you actually paying attention? I see you're having trouble focusing. So again, if you would actually listen and use your brain instead of being verbose and making no sense, I just said it's somebody who dresses up as a furry or dresses up as an animal in a furry costume. So again, would you like to tell me what exactly your issue is with that?
No, because I'm saying that 3 inches is maybe too small for Kamala Harris in the butt. Because when we as furries, like, we get attention and then the brain starts.
This is just disgusting. Like, you're just coming up here to troll, not provide any actual points. Just like that girl who just started screaming because she was so upset that the fact that I was supporting people, marginalized minorities. Hey, what you want to debate? How old are you?
18, born in 2006.
What month?
May.
Okay, what you want to debate?
Why is being a furry okay?
There's nothing wrong with being a furry. Yeah, I'm gonna answer your question if you pay attention. There's nothing wrong with dressing with a furry mask, furry costume. It's perfectly okay, and I think that just everyone should be able to dress how they want. I think there's no issue with that, and there's no reason why you should have an issue with someone dressing up how they want or cosplaying in a certain costume. What's the issue with that?
Okay. I guess there isn't.
Okay, nice. Welcome to the team. Everyone, can I get some W furries in the chat? W furries, W furries. We very much do support furries as well. There's nothing wrong with being a furry, and it's truly sad that there's so many transphobic and furry-phobic people who disagree with that. Anyways, double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in here. Appreciate you guys coming on. Double tap the screen, and yeah, if you disagree with any prompts during the guest request, make sure you're 18 years old and above. And let's get the next guest in here. Alrighty. This person doesn't want to join for some reason. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you so much for the roses, Miguel. Oh, yes, I did say if you gift, you automatically get in, right? Okay, yeah, if you gift, you automatically get in. So, yeah, give me a moment. Give me a moment. It's going to show your name here in a moment. Okay. Yeah, appreciate the rose. Appreciate the rose. Double tap the screen. W furry. Hey, what you want to debate?
Hey, what's up, bro? You're not doing the veganism debate, right? I'm 24.
Not
I'm a
really.
99 baby.
Okay, that's good. But not really. I'm not really doing veganism unless you want to sort of get into that topic. But yeah, what do you
Yeah,
want to
because
debate?
I do agree with all those the topics that you have up there. But I remember you were doing the evolution and veganism debate. You don't think eating meat though
Oh
is part
yeah.
of our
Well, I'm
evolution?
not doing that debate right now. But I will be doing that debate soon. I'm not doing it right now though. But I will be doing it soon though. So I'll
For
make
sure,
sure to
bro.
remember you. Appreciate it. Let's get the next person in there. Double tap the screen. Make sure you're 18 years old and above. And yeah, feel free to join the Discord as well, and my PayPal in my bio. All right, double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in there. How old are you?
I am 17.
Oh, okay. In that case, I was gonna say younger, but even in that case, you're still too young. So go watch Barney, go watch Cocomelon, and come back when you're actually of a mature age. All right, let's get the next person in there, guys. Double tap the screen. How old are you?
Hi,
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm 20.
You're 20. Okay, what do you want to debate?
The furry stuff. Trans men are men. Okay, trans men are men.
Yes.
Let's
Which
go.
specific topic do you want to debate? Yes. Which one do you want to debate?
Second one. Let's debate the trans
Okay.
issue.
Why don't you think trans men are men?
Because they're born women, so they're not men. They're mentally ill.
Okay, number one, that's not relevant to the point at all because I'm identifying with opposite gender, which again is your accordance to be with the socio-cultural norms typically associated with a certain sex in society. And so again, if they have a desire to be in accordance to those things, there's no reason why you shouldn't treat trans people as the gender in which they identify with. So can you tell me your reason for being transphobic?
Because it's harmful to society. It should be outlawed and they
How is
should
it
be
harmful?
imprisoned.
1 second, my dear boy. Let me help
So
you out
that
intellectually.
it will be a healthy society to
1 second, my dear boy, because you're
family.
being transphobic and it's disgusting. So let me help you out. Your brain's processing slowly. How exactly is trans people, identifying as the gender they identify with? What exactly is wrong with that? Can you explain to me the case? How that's an issue? Nope. Okay, I don't think you have the IQ to turn on your mic. So I'm going to move on to the next guest. Everyone double tap the screen. Make sure you're 18 years old and above if you want to be added in next. How old are you?
Me?
How old are you? Yes, how old are you?
43.
Okay, what do you want to debate?
Well, there's two things up here or all three of them that I don't agree with.
Okay,
And
which one do you want to debate, sir?
well, trans men are
Hello?
not men to begin with. Trans
Okay,
men are not.
1 second, my dear boy.
Okay,
Hold on 1
well,
second, my dear boy.
one,
Why don't you believe?
trans people have
Why
a
don't you
mental
believe-
illness. It is still under the DSM-5 that is a mental illness.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. Sure, I'm well aware of that. But
Why
the issue
should
is
we
why don't you
award a
believe-
mental illness?
Sir, do you know the difference between sex and gender? Okay,
that they're
There's
both the
nothing
same,
wrong
and
with them.
your little
No, they're not both
down.
the same. And this is how I know you're extremely dishonest and intellectually struggling, is that gender and sex are not both the same. Gender is the expression, the social culture expression of sex that we see in society. So you're completely wrong. Again, there's nothing with someone identifying with the opposite gender. There's no issue with that. And that it's sad that you'd even try and see there be an issue with someone identifying as the opposite gender. Okay, you don't understand sex, you don't understand it. So again, what is your reasoning for being transphobic? They're not the same. Everyone in the chat, they're not the same. You need to understand sex and gender are not the same. They are different. Okay,
Sex and gender are
what
the
is your
same.
contention?
I don't know where
They
you've learned
aren't.
what you've learned, but I've been to school, I've been to college.
You haven't been to school. I don't believe that for the slightest bit at all. This is truly sad. You're not educated enough for me to even debate you. So let's move on to the next guest. Everyone double tap the screen. Let's reach 15,000 likes, 12,000 likes. So yeah, double tap the screen. Hello. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Hey, I just wanted to debate trans men are not men. Or I think...
Okay, why don't you believe that trans men are men?
Well, I think they are men. I just want more women in the world.
Okay, well, if you think trans men are men, then we have no point of contention.
Well, I don't.
Thank you for not being transphobic. Let's move on to the next guest. If you do ever disagree, make sure you're 18 years old and above. Let's get the next guest in there. Double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in here. I have the next guest after 12,000 likes, so double tap the screen, everyone. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Trans men are not men.
Why do you believe that?
Because what do they have in their pants?
Sir,
It's that simple, my friend. It's that simple. It's that simple.
Okay, so do you realize that there's some people with XY chromosomes who have vaginas? You do realize that?
It's called a genetic anomaly.
Okay,
That's
so
what it's
would
called.
those people be men or women? Can you answer that question?
Huh?
So those people wouldn't be men?
What genitalia do they have?
Pardon? They don't have.
What
They have
genitalia do they
a.
have?
But they have XY chromosomes and they have a vagina. It's Klinefelter syndrome, Turner's syndrome. I think
It's a
Swyer's.
genetic anomaly. It's not supposed to happen. That's like saying, if I'm
if
born
it still
blind,
happens, so would
that
they-
means I'm born
well,
an
would they-
alien. I'm not a human. That means I'm not from this place. Does that make sense? No.
Number one, let me help you out, my dear boy. Let me help you out. Number one, don't ever call them an alien. That's dehumanizing and it's disgusting. They're human beings, and yes, they have an affliction,
They're alien,
but regardless, it's still defeats the point. So just because they don't have a, so would they not be? Are you telling me they wouldn't be men, or what exactly are you trying to say here? Okay. Can we get someone who knows how to unmute their mic? This is ridiculous. Make sure you're 18 years old and above. Double tap the screen. I had the next guest in at 13,000 likes, so double tap the screen. Join the guest request. Check out my YouTube for my other debates, and feel free to subscribe. And yeah, let's get the next person in here. Rosella,
18.
how old are you? What year were you
18.
born in?
2006.
What year were you born?
I'm
What
a
month?
January baby, so.
Okay, all right. What do you want to debate?
I don't really necessarily believe that trans men are men because I think that there's a biological man and then there's trans men, if you know what I mean.
Okay, do you realize that sex and gender are different?
Yeah, I do, but at the same
Okay,
time,
exactly.
like there's
So again, so since sex and gender are different, someone can have a certain sex, but they can identify as the other gender. So what's your issue with them identifying as that certain gender?
it's not really like that I have an issue with them identifying as the opposite gender. I mean, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. But I
Okay,
think
then
it's
trans
more
men are
like when we start saying things like trans men are men and trans women are women, it kind of blurs the lines on what that actually means.
Ma'am, you're being intellectually dishonest. It doesn't blur the lines whatsoever. And I can tell you're being
I mean,
intellectually dishonest because you're just being wrong. I don't know if you are 18, so I might have to remove you
I am
again.
18.
Okay, well,
I can
even in that
send you
case,
my
I
ID
can.
if you want, but
I don't know. It's fine. You don't need to show your ID. You don't need to show your ID. But regardless, the point is that you're completely wrong. Okay. We do know that sex and gender are
you can
different.
argue
Again,
against it.
you
Like,
know,
don't just say that I'm wrong. Like, argue against it.
Yeah, I'm arguing against that. I'm giving you a point if you'd actually pay
Well, you're not,
attention and
because you're
not
just saying
interrupt
you're
me.
wrong.
Okay.
It's not. Again, you're just
Just listen.
insulting like my argument. It makes no sense.
Just relax. Just calm down. You're being dishonest again. You're being wrong, and you're being transphobic, and that's not okay. Okay. So let me help you. Let me help you out, Rosella. Number
Mm-hmm.
one, what you're not realizing is that trans people obviously they do there are genetic reasons and psychological reasons as to why trans people are the way they are, and that there's nothing wrong with them being trans, and it's sad that you'd even try and see it as an issue. Okay,
I didn't
it's
say
okay
that
if they
though. You're
identify.
putting words in my mouth. That's a straw man argument actually, because you're just entirely misrepresentation. Like you're entirely misrepresenting like what my argument actually was to make it easier to argue against. So that's like a fat ass straw man.
No,
Well,
that
it's a
was a
fat ass
steal
straw
man.
man. Do you know what straw man is?
Just
Do you know what straw man
hold on one
fallacy
second.
is?
Just relax. Just calm down, young lady. Just because
Please don't refer to me as a young lady.
dismantle your
Sorry,
argument. Just relax, calm down. Just because I dismantle your argument doesn't mean that I'm straw manning your argument or
You
not
just told me that I was you told me I was
did.
wrong. You just ridiculed my point. You just like ridiculed my
wrong.
point. You strawmanned my argument. Like that's not like rebuttaling to anything that I said.
That is rebutting what you said. I am exactly arguing against your point, and
you pulled an appeal to ridicule fallacy. You just ridiculed my argument.
Man,
You didn't argue
making
against
a
it whatsoever.
fallacy-
You just said,
hold
"Oh,
on a
you're
second.
wrong."
Just relax. Let me
Based
help
upon
you out.
nothing.
Just let me help you out.
Okay, right. Let me listen to you.
Okay, let's put a muzzle on it because you're not paying attention. You're intellectually struggling, and I'm trying to help you
I
out.
want to listen to what you have to say, but I don't fuck with you like misrepresenting.
Let's put a muzzle on it again. Anyways, what you're not understanding is that it's absolutely the case that trans people do identify with a certain, the certain opposite gender, and that's perfectly okay. And you having an issue with that is being transphobic, okay? And that's what you're not understanding.
I never said I had an issue with the girl. Again, you're strawmanning my argument. Can you please quote exactly what I said? That even implied that I have a problem with the transgender community, because that's not what I said. I just said that trans men aren't men.
And that exactly is transphobic, showing that you have an issue with them identifying as the
I don't have
gender
an
which
issue
they
with that.
identify.
I just think that the lines get blurred when you say that a trans man is a real man.
Blurred, man. No lines are getting blurred, okay?
Okay,
There's
well,
no lines
based
that are
upon
getting
what
blurred.
though? How can you say that? Like, what is that based upon? Because I mean, I would personally argue that it is blurred. I mean, I would personally define a woman
How is it
as someone with XX chromosomes and is within like the human species
Think of something
to
like
get
this,
pregnant.
Ellen.
Sorry?
Okay, so you said women can get pregnant?
No, I said that they're within
that
the
what you-
category of human beings to get pregnant. So they're within the species, the type
so
of human being to
you
get
realize
pregnant. So not all women can get
Just
pregnant,
listen.
but they're within the same sort of class, you know?
Okay, so it's whether they can get pregnant. Is that what you're saying, that women can get pregnant? So in that case, women who can't get pregnant aren't women?
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
you're just not listening to me, girl. I said
listening to what you're
that
saying.
they're within the category of human beings to get pregnant. I didn't say that they have to be able to get pregnant to be women. Again, you're strawmanning my argument entirely.
I'm not sure, man.
What I said
But that's not.
what I said is that women are
realize some people
typically
with
within the
XX
category. Sorry?
You do realize some people with XX chromosomes do have penises as well. You do know that, right? And they do not physically.
Are we referring to like intersex people? Because if so, then that is a genetic mutation. That isn't a gender.
Well, that is still a factor, and that is still a factor. Would you say sex is binary?
Typically yes, but when it comes to intersex, usually people that are born intersex are more. Usually people that are born intersex are predominantly like one sex over the other. So like, they'll have mostly like female features, right? Or they'll have mostly male features. So it's not exactly how you're representing everyone.
Binary, is it? It's not just male or female, right? So you realize that it's not just male or female, right?
But I would personally
sex is
argue that intersex isn't a third gender. It's just a mutation of both of the genders, of both of the sexes. It's not a third gender in the slightest.
If it doesn't fit into either one, then there's clearly more categories. You understand that, right? So if it doesn't fit into the binary, then there's clearly more categories.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it is necessarily.
No, it's not.
Yes, ma'am, it is necessary. It is.
It's not. That's like okay, based upon what though? Like, what? I mean, what's your source for that then?
Pardon?
The intersex is a third gender, or because I mean, I personally would just argue that it's a mutation of both.
Okay, even in that case, then it wouldn't fit into both, and so it would be more of a spectrum. As you said, some people have more female
But
organs, some people have more male
but I
organs.
don't see your
It's more
point,
of a
and
spectrum.
like you're
And
sort of
so
like
I
I don't
don't see
understand the
why you
point in
have.
bringing this up.
Hold on a second, ma'am. Just give me a moment. I don't see
Did you
why.
get to
Let
that
me help you
bit?
out. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. You're intellectually struggling. Let me help you out. I don't know. Let me break this down into a simple way so that even you will understand. Okay? You just admitted that, of course, sex is not binary. There's not just two sexes. There's not just male and female. It can be a spectrum. Some people more female characteristics, some people more male characteristics. And so you're fine with the spectrum in that sense, but you're not fine with the spectrum in terms of
It's a
trans people
biological
who
truth, though. It's a
identify with
biological
them. I'm
truth.
sorry. Sorry, I'm interrupting your question with my answer. I'm sorry. Can I finish my answer? Thank you very much. So again, as we observe in trans people as well, we can observe it's a spectrum as well. And so trans people can be more female as well as be more male as well. And that's why I say trans men are men. If they identify with the social cultural norms that are typically associated with one sex, then they can absolutely be that sex as well. We can observe with the social.
Well, I mean, like, what's the point in you mentioning intersex people? Because originally, like, this feels kind of like a red herring. I won't lie. Because, I mean, our first argument was
What's a red herring?
I think the
You know what a
trans
red
men
herring
are
is?
men.
You know what a red herring is? Man, do you know what a red herring is?
Yeah, I do. It's when you like purposefully try to deviate the topic of discussion to another one that you're better.
Yeah, so when you try and distract, it's when you try and distract from the conversation at hand. I never did that once. I addressed your points
Like
directly, and I debunked what you were saying.
you're definitely deviating the topic of discussion to one that you're more well versed in.
Listen,
You know,
I
like
know when
maybe.
hold on one second, Rosella. I know when you're not as intelligent, it's quite difficult to follow on and track onto what I'm saying,
This is
and I
what
know
I'm
it can be
asking,
difficult if you're not as intelligent. You just
basically,
need to try. Okay?
I'm just gonna take this as a concession to defeat because essentially, you understand that your points are so weak against mine that you just resort to insulting me, essentially like a child. So yeah.
I'm not. I'm sorry if you feel that way. That's fine.
Well,
I
I mean,
know
you
it
said I was
sucks when you realize
intellectually
that you're.
challenged.
I know it's unfortunate when you know
I mean,
that you're being transphobic and you want to.
no, and how can you even like how can you even do these debates when you just resort to like insulting people when they prove you wrong
And
in
now you're
any
using
form?
ad hominems against me. Ma'am, Rosella, just give me a moment. I know it sucks when you realize that your bigoted worldview of transphobicness has been destroyed,
Yeah,
but I just, it's unfortunate. But I'd encourage you to be more kind to trans people that you may meet. Don't be
I'm
transphobic,
very
be
kind to
respectful.
trans people. I'm very kind to trans
Like
people.
you.
I have like I have
Okay, so then there
trans
should be no
friends.
issue.
I
Okay, so
have
then you should realize that there's
I
no
don't
issue with
have a
that.
problem with transgender people, but I have a problem with the claim that you're making.
There's
When you say that
absolutely no
trans
issue with
men
the
are
claim.
men, you're basically implying that there is no biological differences between a trans man and a biological man. So
In terms of the context of gender, no, there's no relevant difference whatsoever. So trans men being men is fine because that's the gender in which I identify with, and so that's the. She did just tokenize her friend. You are right, Justin. She did just tokenize her friend, but that's the gender in which they identify with, and so there's no issue with them identifying in accordance to the social cultural norms of that sex. And so essentially, they can be indistinguishable. That is the point I'm making. Okay, Rosella, I hope you understand.
I guess you know, I feel like that's just where we kind of disagree. I think if our definitions of what a man is are entirely different, then we're never going to find like a middle ground in this conversation. What I will say though is, for future reference, if you're going to be debating people, I really don't think it's a good look to just blatantly insult them when.
Let's move on to the next guest, shall we? Double tap the screen, everyone. Let's get some more people in here. Let's reach 20,000 likes. Double tap the screen. Yeah, that she just made no sense. It was unfortunate. I was hoping I could educate you, but she just didn't want to be educated. So, hey, what do you want to debate?
Yeah. Would you agree with the premise that it's in everyone's best interest to have a cohesive, logically structured language for all of us to use?
A cohesive, logical, structured language for us to use. It's all in our benefit. Sure.
Right. So to that end, do you not think it makes sense to have words which describe the different developmental stages of the two sexes?
I don't understand your point. With the argument, what's your point?
My point is, for instance, to use a hypothetical, I, as a heterosexual biological male, have an instinctive drive to find a biological female with which to procreate. Now, if I were to say that I'm looking to mate with a female, it sounds too vague. So, because that could include little girls, which of course I wouldn't be in favor of. So it makes sense to have a word which describes adult females, for instance, exclusively describes adult females, and which no others can prescribe to. So that's why woman should mean adult human female, and man should mean adult human male.
Not necessarily at all or whatsoever. Again, with the trans issue, there's a lot more nuance to that. And as we become more educated, especially with language, we realize there's a lot more nuance in terms of that.
Okay, so would you date a trans woman?
My dear boy, don't interrupt. Just listen 1 second, my dear boy. Again, and so we can realize that, some people just listen, stop speaking. So what we realize is that some people are typically in accordance to certain traits of a man, and some people are more typical in certain traits of a woman, and they follow the social cultural norms of that certain sex. And so it would be perfectly fine to have them in accordance to that sex, and basically grouped in the category of that sex as well. And so there's no issue with that. And again, you're trying to bring up with the child thing. Again, we can just say child and adults. Has nothing to do with the age of majority being 18. This has nothing to do with that. So I don't understand your point.
My point is, it's in the interest of having a descriptive, logical language. So I'm going to ask you: would you date a trans woman?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I feel like I've made my point.
You haven't made any point. Okay, this is just embarrassing. Let's get the next person in here. You made no point. Did you think you made a point there? I don't know. Let's get the next person in there, guys. Only join the guest request if you disagree. Thank you so much for the gift, Coco. Make sure you.
Some guy called Kaz, Oli, those two people.
Oli?
Yeah, Kaz is Indian, but Oli is white.
What? Okay, can we make sure that our brains are focusing before we try and join as well? You are gay in that case? No, I wouldn't be, because trans women are women. That wouldn't be the case whatsoever. Trans women are women, so that wouldn't be the case. That would be perfectly fine. Hey, what you want to debate?
Hey, bro, what's up?
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, what you want to debate?
No, look, I don't disagree with you or nothing. Obviously, I mean, look at my profile picture, man. I'm part of the LGBT community. I'm non-binary. But I just wanted to, say something real fast. I know you're looking for people to debate, specifically to disagree, but I just wanted to, say something real quick, if that's okay with you. Be really fast.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
When it comes to all of this, people wanting to be very specific about terminology, like that man saying, we should have words to describe people, that's totally fair and stuff. But I feel like what people don't really understand, the very base issue, the very, premise of being transgender in general, is that sex is the thing you're born with, but gender is entirely constructed by how you're raised, how you behave, how you express yourself, how you choose to be in life. So gender does not mean, and it doesn't even have anything to do with how you look. It has nothing to do with your biology. It has nothing to do with how you're the definition of the word gender has absolutely nothing to do with how you are born. So if your sex is one thing, that's one thing, sure. But if your gender is another thing, that's a totally different thing. They're totally different words. So I'm trying to I'm trying to say, if you want to really pinpoint and really want to say we should be applying these specific definitions so no one gets confused, so we can have a conductive argument and a conductive discussion, then we should really understand that, because that's the base thing that people should get about this. You know what I'm saying?
I fully agree. I appreciate you coming on. That's a very valid point that you're making. I'm happy for you that you're non-binary. I think that's very cool, and I support you in that. I got a question. What pronouns would you go by?
I do go by she and they. So I like she, her, but I also like they, them. I like them both. I don't really
Okay.
typically refer to myself as non-binary like normally because I like she her anyway, so I'm just like whatever, just call me that. But in other spaces, I like to say it because spaces that are more accepting and stuff.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. That was very useful. That's a valid point. And we can notice that language can be harmful, especially if certain people don't fit within a certain framework. It's very harmful to refer to them as that certain thing. So I appreciate you coming on. That was very useful. And yeah, everyone double tap the screen.